Okay, so look, I don't know how long this is gonna be, so I'm just going to just speak off the cuff. I wanted to like circle back to the Hannah Nealman situation, the whole Ballerina Farms lady. This is the thing. Now I know this is gonna be unpopular, but I have multiple things I wanted to say about this. One, multiple things can be true at the same time, right? So I feel like she's probably under some form of duress, you know what I mean? But I also feel like she may be under some sort of psychological situation, but two, she chose this lifestyle. It was based off of the way she grew up, my understanding anyway. She grew up in a Mormon household with certain sets of values. Number three, she chose to surrender agency in herself. This was a choice. Four, she's a grown woman. She's gonna have to learn to figure some things out, okay? She's gotta figure some things out. Five, I think there could be a cultural barrier because it's hard for someone like me to get fully behind someone like her. Now, what do I mean by that? The issue, I don't even know if I want to call it an issue. The thing is, I do want to see women in a better situation, but I have to be mindful of applying my values to someone else. Also, I think the reason why I kind of feel like she's not the victim, she's the volunteer, is because I don't know, maybe it's because of my collection of experiences. I feel like I see all these women who don't look like me putting on capes for this woman. Something that she chose, right? Now, that doesn't mean that she's not in a bad situation now. But what I am saying is, they are caping for this woman who has every entitlement. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't know if she has every entitlement, right? I mean, but like, you've got so many women who are in these awful situations, but they're choosing Ballerina Farm to go this hard for. Now, don't get me wrong, I get it, but in the same token, I feel like people don't go this hard for people who look like me. So that doesn't mean that I don't feel some kind of way for her, but I also feel like, I'm just kind of like, hey, we all have choices. So now this is a grown woman who has to figure it out, okay? She has to figure it out. I am so sorry. The sinuses are sinusing. I feel like as a person who looks like me, I'm like, this woman, if she wanted to, she could, there are options for her. And a lot of people are gonna say, like, you don't know. I'm like, yes, there are. These options are not comfortable, they're not preferable, but she has options, and they're hard. Let's be clear. They're hard because she has 8 children, but she has options. And I think for me, the reason why it's like, on the one hand, this is a whole woman that you see from the outside on how things are presented, whether it's you've read the magazine article and you put things together with clips. This is a woman who you're like, this woman is tired, right? Like, this man could come up with, like, I guess, someone to watch the kids if they want to go out, but he can't come up with a nanny. They can come up with all kinds of people to help with the farm, but they can't have a nanny. They can do all these things probably for his enjoyment, but she can't have her dance studio. And the only answer is to have more babies. That's neither here nor there. This is a choice. This woman chose this. I mean, at the end of the day, and I know it seems harsh, she's not the victim. She's the volunteer. At the end of the day, Hannah Nealman, if she wants something different, she can do something different. And a lot of times people say, well, it's not easy. I didn't say it was easy, but she has options. When she is sick and tired, my mom used to say, when you are sick and tired, you are required to change. So she says sometimes you got to pray for the pain to come, right? Because usually when you get to the point where enough is enough, you're gonna make a change, whether it's a good change or a bad change. I said what I said. Nevertheless, I do feel for her, but I can only feel but so far, because I feel like people don't care about people who look like me who go through things. But you got all these women out here on Jesus's internet going so hard for Hannah Nealman. Now, don't get me wrong. If I put all of that aside, even though I think this is not the life for me, I love her content. I love her content. Look, what happens behind the scenes is not my business. I'm not gonna cape for this chick. I'm not. wish her all the best. I really actually do. I think she's doing a wonderful job raising those children, and hopefully she finds time to take care of herself. Outside of that, in her marriage, which is really not my business, I just like watching her mix things in a bowl and score her sourdough bread. That's just where I'm at with it. Anyway, Hannah Needleman is not the victim. She's the volunteer. And we got to stop caping for women because we feel some kind of way. Now all of a sudden everybody's trying to, throw up the duress flag for a woman. When she's ready to get help, she'll get help, and she won't do it anytime soon. And who's to say that she wants help? She could be happy. I'm not convinced that she is. I think there's parts about her life that she's happy, but that's not for me. That's her marriage. If she wants to be out there on a farm milking cows and carrying on and not dancing, then go ahead and milk the cows and just not dance. I don't know. All right, whatever.